Welcome back to the channel. And today I got an interesting question asked, and I figured, you know what, I'm gonna make a video on this. As always, I do make videos based on your questions, and that includes people who just come up to me and randomly ask questions, which happens a lot more than you might think. So let's get right into it. Now, oddly enough, one of the big questions I get is, well, is Tesla really the only one that I can choose from? I mean, is that the only option I have? And I tell people, no, it's not the only option you have. In fact, there are tons of other options on the market that are going to be coming on the market eventually. I would say after 2020, you're going to have a lot more options. But there is some things that make Tesla stand out well beyond everyone else at this moment in time. Like what, you ask? Well, you see, Teslas are different, and they are pretty much the first ones on the market that come up with an all-electric vehicle to this extent, to this degree, which gives them a edge. I guess it gives them a chance to really play with the systems and figure out some of the things that many other vehicles manufacturers, I should say, many other manufacturers have not yet figured out. Well, like what? Well, let's talk about just the basics. Tesla is really good at taking care of the car externally, and externally meaning through software updates. No one else at the current time is doing it to this extent, and that becomes an advantage to you. A great example of this is definitely when the Model 3 came out. The braking was not, I guess, great. The stopping distance was not great. They simply fixed it with the software update. No one else can do that yet. But there is something much bigger than this. There's something much greater than this that makes Teslas wonderful compared to every other vehicle out on the market today. You see, electric vehicles, they need a way to charge. And currently, Tesla happens to be, well, the only manufacturer that has a supercharging network. And this network is pretty much giving them the upper hand in every sense of the word. So, what is a supercharging network? Wow, that's bumpy. A supercharger network basically means you can charge your car anywhere, almost. And the supercharger network is actually growing. It's gonna keep growing. And I believe by the end of 2020 or 2019, their aim is to double the actual supercharger network. In other words, they pretty much want everybody in the United States and Canada to be able to own one of these cars and not have to worry about charging them, especially when they're going on vacation. You see, with every other manufacturer currently, as long as you're within a certain range, a certain distance of your house, you're completely fine. You can buy anything you want. That's not going to be an issue. However, if you are planning on traveling, you're going to have a problem. The charging networks are not up there yet. They're not, you know, the general public doesn't have fast chargers available to them yet, which also means that, well, the manufacturers other than Tesla don't have this available on the market yet. So technically speaking, Tesla is really the only vehicle you can take where you pretty much go from point A to point B across country, and you will have a way to supercharge your car. In other words, fast charge your car. And that counts for a great deal because myself, I live in Canada. I go down to the United States. I have no problem traveling throughout Canada or United States. And there we go. I can go wherever I want, and I have superchargers along the way. And no, it's not inconvenient like people say it is. A lot of people like to say that superchargers are inconvenient, that they are just not comfortable to use because you have to wait around. And granted, it takes longer than, you know, going to a gas station and pumping up. And yes, you will have to go out of your way sometimes. It's not always in a convenient location. You know, you may have to drive 1 or 2 miles off the highway just to kind of get to your supercharger. But that's not as inconvenient as you think. A supercharger will not take that long. You see, you rarely ever end up at a supercharger with 10% or 5% or even 20%. You usually end up at a supercharger anywhere from 20 to 50% before you actually have another one along the way. Now, this can also translate to about 2 hours of driving already, 2, maybe 3 hours of driving, which means taking a break is probably not a bad idea. so that's fine. You see, one of the greatest things that the superchargers do, aside from charging your car, of course, is the fact that they give you that 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes, sometimes 40 minutes to kind of explore wherever you're stopping. And I think a strategically placed supercharger actually helps a business. Why is this? See, whenever we go, my wife and I go on vacation, we pretty much are obviously forced to stop at superchargers because we want to charge up the car. But the places, you know, it could be a mall, or it could be a hotel, or it could be, you know, somewhere close to a shopping center or whatever it may be. Those places get our business. It means that when I get out of the car, I'm not just simply going pumping gas and moving on. It means that I'm going to get out of my car, plug the car in, and go and just kind of walk off my trip a little bit. I go for a little walk, I explore the area, and I actually get to know more about this area. So you see, the mainstream manufacturers of any kind of cars still have a flaw. No matter how great of a car they're going to create, until they don't have an infrastructure, it's going to be very, very difficult for people to want to buy their cars. My camera is ridiculously shaky because this road is ridiculously bad. Now, there are companies coming online. I believe Electrify America is one of them. And there are companies coming online with fast chargers, which is going to make it available for all the other manufacturers to actually use those chargers and, you know, make it more accessible for the general public to, well, supercharge their cars, fast charge their cars. When that comes in play, I think there will be a little bit more options available for people other than a Tesla. But then we're ending up with the cars. Are the cars going to be comparable to Tesla's vehicles? I think they're manufacturers who have a history with building cars may have the upper hand in some areas, but not in all areas. The truth of the matter is Tesla pretty much knows what they're doing at this point. Are they finely tuned? It's questionable. Are they perfectly luxurious? Again, it's questionable. It depends, I guess, on what you consider finely tuned and what you consider, well, luxurious. Not everybody has the same ideas about these things. So to sum it up, I think at the end of the day, currently and possibly for the next few years, it is definitely going to be very hard to find another manufacturer aside from Tesla that has a fast charging network that's going to be, I guess, equivalent or at the very least, well, comparable to what Tesla has in place already. And with Tesla's fast charging network growing, it's just going to make it that much harder for other companies to really catch up. Is it impossible? Absolutely not. I think it's actually very possible. So what makes Tesla today so convenient? The cars are unbelievable. They're fast. I don't care much about speed, but they are fast. They are comfortable. They are fun. And they have a ton of things that they do that is very specific to Tesla at this moment in time. I don't see Tesla really ever having any major competition. I think at the very least it's going to more level out along with other people, other manufacturers. In the real world, Teslas right now are a wonderful option for anybody who wants longer range, wants fast charging networks available to them, and, you know, don't drive around just their cities. And it would be a shame to drive an electric car around the city. One thing you will notice once you get yourself into an electric car is you are going to want to test its limits. You are going to feel more free to just drive and do whatever you want to do. I'd like to point out that this is all my opinion. This is all the way I look at things. It may not be the way you look at things, and that's completely fine. Ultimately, this is my view. I hope this video helped. I still believe that Tesla at this moment and possibly for the next 4, maybe 5 years is going to be leading the industry in every way, shape, and form. After that, who knows? Until then, let's see what happens. Thank you very much for watching. Consider pressing the like button. Leave me a comment. Let me know what kind of videos you want to see. Ask me questions. I don't mind criticisms, so if you don't agree with me, let me know why. And if you want to see more of my bald head, well, subscribe to the channel. Look around the channel. I have plenty of videos up, well, on the channel right now. So enjoy. Till next time, drive safe, stay off your cell phones. Thank you for watching.